What's up, everybody? Kinetic here, and welcome back to Lost Ark. So, how about that Godzerker patch, huh? Yo, this has been a good patch for Berserkers. It wasn't a huge buff. I mean, Berserkers didn't really need a massive boost. We were already pretty damn good, I think. Berserkers knew that. People watching closely Berserkers perform, when Berserkers are performing really well, I think we do quite good, and we survive things that gets other party members killed a lot quicker. At least that's just my thoughts on Berserkers. But it seems like, you know what the big takeaway is from this balance patch? Is it seems like the too long didn't watch or too long didn't read the patch notes is that Smilegate is kind of flattening out and evening each individual class's skill performance to try and bring the underperforming skills a little bit higher to make them more attractive to use. Maybe the ones that are overperforming a little bit, bring those down a little bit, you know, even them out and create more build diversity, which is really important for these types of games, right? And then for the classes that are maybe performing better than others, rather than smashing those classes down to be where the other classes are performing, it seems like Smilegate is more interested in bringing all of the other classes up to meet them. So buffing up people more for the most part, rather than nerfing to even things out, which I think is really good. It's a really good design choice for class balance, in my opinion. Now, maybe that's just this patch. They may still do hard nerfing in the future, more than they did with this patch. We'll see. I'm expecting probably another balance patch January, February at the latest, or something like that. That's my look on things for another class balance patch. But what I want to talk about, because I don't really know any better, is I want to talk about Berserker and what happened to them. So a number of skills got buffed, and I want to talk about all of them and highlight the ones that I use and the ones that I don't use as quickly as I can without getting really lengthy about it. So double slash, I believe that's this skill. I don't use it. It seems pretty cool. Now it's got a buff to its damage and also leaves an AoE. It seems like that causes additional damage. Could be really good. Right now, my sort of filler skill, as I call it, is this one right here. This is the skill that I use when I don't have my other cooler skills to use, and I'm hoping that I can get more skill points so that way I can unlock this mod here, which will deal additional damage to, I think, single target, boss-like enemies, which is why I've invested points into this. But I may reverse this here. But this didn't get buffed. This got buffed here. Finishing Strike. Finishing Strike got a base damage increase of 16%. Which is pretty freaking sweet. And it should. I mean, it's a really long wind-up, and the kind of damage that it does at its base, I think it's kind of weak. When it crits, it's really good. But the base damage could have been better. Glad to see this happen. But as important, if not more important, Finishing Strike got an incapacitation effect boost from medium, I think it was before, now to high. Now, if you don't know what incapacitating is, it is the effect of causing enemies to be KO'd or knocked down for a few seconds. Sometimes you see it as an extra bar underneath, like a boss's health bar, and then when it gets emptied, boom, like a big shock happens to them, and then they get knocked on the ground for a few seconds. That's incapacitation doing its thing. So now when we hit enemies with Finishing Strike, we deal a high rating, which is more of that chip away from that bar to get them closer to a KO situation like that, which is really nice. I'm excited to hit more Guardians now with my Finishing Strike, and hopefully can have the patience to wind it up properly. Speaking of wailing away on enemies, we've got a boost to both of the Whirlwind Tier 3 mods. Now this got a decent increase of 40 to 50%. Additional damage is what this is, and then we have the Tornado mod got a boost from 40% to 60%. Now, I still don't like this mod, mainly because you have to finish, according to the way I understand it, and I think I've tested it as well, you have to finish whirlwinding before you summon the tornado, and then you'll get that bonus damage. But if you get, like, knocked around, stunned, or something like that while you're whirlwinding, well, not only did you lose the rest of the damage that you would have gotten out of your whirlwind, but you also completely lost that summon of the tornado. And I really think that the skill mod needs to be reworked, that it summons the tornado instantly. Because otherwise, like I just said, if you get hit or interrupted in any way, shape, or form, you've just completely lost so much damage. Which is why you hardly ever, if ever, see any Berserkers using this mod. That and I think also for me, I don't like that it's the tornado. It seems like it's designed mostly to CC-able enemies, but I like to focus my skills and my mods to deal as much damage against boss-like enemies, the ones that can't be CC'd, as possible. Anyway, moving on. Hellblade got a boost of 16%, almost 17% increased damage, and one of the tripod mods also got a 40 to 60% boost. I think it's this one. Yeah, I think if I'm translating that right, looking at the patch notes. Oh, sorry, I really meant to mention this earlier. Thank you to the Twitch streamer Easy_1, I believe is his Twitch name. Dude is phenomenally helpful to the Lost Ark community. He speaks Korean and also English, and he's just been really helpful to a lot of people, including me. So shout out to Easy for all the kick-ass work. Thanks, dude. But this is his translations. I'll leave a link to it in the description if you want to see more about what happened to the other classes as well. So Hellblade got a boost to its base damage and also to the tripod. I still am not going to use it because I don't like to be locked down in place anymore. It was cool for leveling, but yeah, I'm not feeling it anymore. Windblade. I kind of have the opposite problem with Windblade, is in that it moves me too much. But this had a tripod increase. Maybe it's this one? Looks like it. Yeah, pretty much the same thing that happened to Whirlwind Tier 3 mods is what seems to have happened here to Tier 3 Windblade tripod mods, in that they got significant boosts. This one went from 60 to 80%, and this one went from 30 to 40%. I'm guessing that's bonus damage. So that's pretty cool. Strike Wave. Okay, I've been experimenting a lot with this, and I feel like with a lot of skills, the mods are kind of situational, but I'm still enjoying the experimentation. And one particular commenter really wants me to hurry up and like align the stars perfectly, or the mods perfectly, as the way he thinks it should be run. Let me experiment, dude. I appreciate the the suggestion, but yeah. So what I've learned from my experimentation, for example, is that, for example, on Frost Legolas, this is a really hard mod to get to land properly, because it's 4 waves, one after another, of these rocks that come out, and the Frost Legolas is just so jukey, dude. He's just like, I'm over here, nope, I'm over here, like, I end up missing him too many times with that mod. So I mean, I am using this mod now, and even still, like the Aftershock, the Afterblast, that can often miss, but it's good. So with Strike Wave, none of the damage itself got buffed, or any of the tripod mods got buffed, but the incapacitating effect went from medium to high, it seems, which, I mean, again, that is a good buff right there. When a skill can get an incapacitating effect boost, that's quite good. Red Dust. Now this, oh my god, this makes me want to just re-roll like my freaking skills entirely, because this party buff here that got added is pretty sweet now. Before, it was just extending or increasing, sorry, the bonus damage that you would deal to enemies after hitting them with Red Dust, from 10% to 20% additional damage for, like, what is it, 6 seconds or something like that? I think it is. You get 20% with the Tier 3 mod, plus 50% increased critical damage for the whole party for 6 seconds. So anybody that's critting for those 6 seconds, they're getting 50% additional critical damage. That is really nice right there. And yeah, like I said, it either makes me want to rearrange my points on these skills right now, or just get harder to working on farming up more skill potions, which I probably should be doing anyway. So that way I can get this to Tier 3, because that is quite good. I really want to unlock that. Also, Blood Rush, which is just I believe the name for our berserking skill, our identity skill, went from incapacitating from medium to extremely high. Yes, there is an extremely high, apparently. I didn't even really know that. I wasn't sure. I knew there was high, but I didn't think there was an extreme high version of incapacitation. So when I berserk, dude, I'm going to be doing so much KO like damage. It's going to be awesome. Anyway, that is hopefully not too long explanation of what happened there with the Berserker skills, and also my reasoning for making certain choices or not. I think I will go ahead and make this its own video. I am just farming away still on these Guardians. I'm also trying to do the dailies, trying to progress with island exploration, unlock more hearts. Is going to get me more materials and access to more islands in general. So that's a lot of time sink right there. And I'm trying to squeeze in chaos dungeons and also these Guardian raids while I'm at it as well. But there's no parties right now. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for this video. I am going to, like I said, leave a link to the translated Google Doc for the patch notes by Easy. You should definitely check that out if you're interested to see what happened with the other classes, and also give Easy a follow, man. Like, check him out on Twitch. He's really good at answering questions, and yeah, he's making Blaster look really fun. I'm thinking of rolling one myself here pretty soon. Anyway, until the next video, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Click that like button to support Lost Ark here on the channel. I got a lot more coming up, so make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell to get notified when the next video is ready. Links can be found on Twitter and Facebook as well, so why not follow me over there on social media. Either way, that's it for now. Thanks again for watching. This is Kinetic. I'll see you next time.